COLREGs Part B, Section 1. Conduct of vessels in any condition of visibility. Audio for rules 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's start with Rule 4. Application A. This section of the rules applies in all conditions of visibility. Whether visibility is clear, reduced, foggy, or changing, Rules 4 to 10 must always be followed. B. These rules apply to every vessel, regardless of type, size, or purpose, whenever risk of collision needs to be assessed. End of Rule 4. Application. Rule 5. Lookout, HA. Every vessel must always maintain a proper lookout by sight, by hearing, and by all available means suitable for the situation. B. The purpose of the lookout is to make a full assessment of the situation and determine the presence of any risk of collision. C. All personnel on watch must be alert, attentive, and must continuously monitor the surroundings of the vessel. End of Rule 5. Lookout. Rule 6. Safe speed, A. Every vessel must proceed at a safe speed so that effective action can be taken to avoid collision and to stop within an appropriate distance. B. The factors to consider for safe speed include the state of visibility, traffic density, maneuverability of the vessel, background lights at night, wind, sea, and current, draft in relation to available depth. C. When using radar, additional factors include radar performance, range scale in use, detection limitations, effect on assessment of traffic at distance. End of Rule 6. Safe speed. Rule 7. Risk of collision, A. Every vessel must use all available means to determine whether a risk of collision exists. B. If there is any doubt, risk of collision shall be considered to exist. C. Using radar, plotting, and bearing checks must be done whenever possible. D. Risk of collision may exist even when the compass bearing does not change significantly, especially when the vessels are very close or very large. End of Rule 7. Risk of collision. Rule 8. Action to avoid collision. A. Action taken to avoid collision must be positive, made in good time, and must be large enough to be clearly visible to the other vessel. B. A substantial course alteration is usually more effective than a small alteration. C. Any action must result in passing at a safe distance. D. The effectiveness of the action must be carefully checked until the vessels have passed well clear of each other. E. A vessel required not to impede another must also take early action to allow that vessel safe passage. End of Rule 8. Action to avoid collision. Let's start with Rule 9. Narrow channels, A. Vessels must keep as near to the starboard side of a narrow channel as is safe and practicable. B. Vessels less than 20 meters, sailing vessels, and fishing vessels must not impede vessels that can navigate only within the channel. C. Crossing a narrow channel must be avoided if it will impede a vessel following the channel. D. A vessel engaged in fishing must not impede the safe passage of others in the channel. E. Sound signals must be used when overtaking or approaching bends where visibility is limited. End of Rule 9. Narrow channels. Rule 10. Traffic separation schemes. TSS. A. Vessels using a TSS must proceed in the general direction of traffic flow. B. Vessels must keep clear of separation lines and separation zones. C. Vessels should normally join or leave a lane at small, shallow angles. D. Crossing a TSS should be done at a right angle to the traffic flow to minimize time spent within the lane. E. Fishing vessels and small vessels must not impede traffic following the lanes. F. A vessel not using the TSS must still keep clear of vessels following the lanes. G. RAM or NUC vessels must navigate with caution but are still expected to avoid creating additional risk. End of Rule 10. Traffic separation schemes.